Hey everybody, Orpheolus here. Welcome back to some more Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torna the Golden Country. Yeah, things have been really rough for me. Last time, well, we arrived here at Gormott in Torgoth, only to find it in, well, ruins. And this time, well, before you head on out, honestly can't stand those sort of environments. Would you mind going to my place, Jen? Alright. Take Hayes and Laura along. Alright then. So, Hayes and Laura will be removed from the party if you approach the flagship. If you want to re-add Laura to your party, return to Torgoth. Alright then, so you can go on ahead and equip Laura. So, if you try going to the flagship, which thankfully you don't need to right now, you don't have to worry. But if you do so, then things get a little complicated. As you can see, a lot of side quests have opened up here at Lasham Cove, which we really want to do. Then again, side quests are the bread and butter of Xenoblade. Alright, there's a massive ship over there at port. Oh yes, that would be the Ardenian flagship. You're kidding, that's yours. It makes sense. You might want to make a show of your nation's might to do it with a big boat. Why don't we all board? It would be a shame to leave some of us waiting outside. No, really. I'm terrible with stuffy environments, and all that noble food doesn't sit well with me. We could have the cooks recreate some of your country's cuisine if it would please you. I appreciate the sentiment, Hugo, but I'll pass. Come on, Hayes. So, they will book it at your party, if you attempt to approach the ship. Which does kind of suck, but it's not the end of the world. Honestly, you don't really need them right now. I mean, it would help, but not the most important thing. Just, you really can't approach with ease. So right here we get ourselves the Crackerjack Blade Krogane. Name's Krogane the Blade. My driver looks like an overgrown furball, but he's really a seasoned merc. A really hard nut. Thing is, I think he's gone in over his head this time. This job's too much for him to handle. So we've been looking around for drivers with good track record who'd be able to join him. I can tell by looking at you folk aren't some lousy Sunday drivers. You must have seen real combat. Interested. But first I want to see how well you measure up in a fight. As for the rules, let's say you have to pull off a second stage blade combo, say about 5 times. Doesn't matter which element you use, just do any special, then do any other special that's level 2 or above, 5 times. And obviously, since you can rely on your allies for linking up the specials, you might want to try to mix it up. Alright, the place, time, and target's up to you. I just want to know if your blade combos are up to scratch. Alright, I may look like a meathead, but I know my ether. I can feel someone of your power level pull off a special wherever you are. Anyways, I've talked long enough. Hope you've got what it takes. Then we have Blade Coaching.
We cannot turn them
A pretty easy quest. I don't need to set it active. Alright then, so hitting it with specials first level 2, 1, and 3, just repeated the combos. So yeah, so just repeating the thing. So special animation that causes special damage. So these are level 3 if you follow the chain correctly. You'll do extra damage. Alright. Just register this on the thing. Alright. So yeah. Next up, we have a quest there with Dun Dun. I want to save that for much later on. There's him. I'll save the rest for later. Alright then, so our destination's going to be there at the Lakeshore Campsite. Yeah, one thing is that fast traveling is kind of difficult in this game. Markers just don't line up and that sort of stuff. Alright then. So, we can go on ahead and crafting. So Hugo has his own set of stuff that he can craft. However, though, you won't be able to craft any of it except for this first one. But you want to start farming this up. This is going to be super important. Enables item collection from silver machines. For this, you need puzzlewood tree, scorpions, dicey stone, sand upas, and importantly, carapace. So you want to start looking at that stuff. As for Bridget, lots of perfumes. And then for refined cuisine, you have a lot of interesting stuff. Sweet stewed sculpin.
How do you like it? Does it suit your taste?
Get that sort of stuff. Alright then. Oh, Jin has something new.
Don't spoil your
From
appetite
here,
before I'm done.
Ferris, whatever that is. And then some additional stuff. So we could craft it, but I want to save my stuff. Do a quick chat. Looks like you've got your hands full too, Hugo. I hadn't expected you to be pursuing the Aegis independently. We will not allow him to escape our grasp. If it comes to battle, then better to face the Aegis with the sturdiest of blades. Blades like Bridget and Leon. Yeah, you're right. First, we must head to the location and then proceed on forward. So yeah. So one thing I really haven't noticed though is that the heart-to-heart stayed very dependent on the point of the game, but they're just telling you what you need to do. Alright then, tell me about it. So yeah, that's why I really haven't been paying too much attention. Go ahead and rest, and much like Xenoblade 1, oh, I guess this isn't like Xenoblade 2. Bonus experience doesn't stack. That's interesting. So bonus experience is new for Hugo. I thought it was like the main game where his experience would trail along with you. Oh well. So yeah, so in Xenoblade 2, the main game, if a party member has been out of the party, they'll gain a lot of independent experience. Here, not so much. Level 17 is good enough for coming up ahead. So, with this, I guess we can avoid that. So pay attention to Crabbles, you'll need to fight them pretty soon. I'm trying to remember where the good Crabbles are. I don't really remember. But the first area I want to note though is that Xenoblade 2 Torna has beef gates. In the literal sense. If we head up this cliffside... Oh, Ataos want to fight? How did you see me from all the way over there? Alright then. Dino Thunder, you. Alright then. So yeah, so Hugo is now in the party. Hugo operates like a generic tank. Alright then. So your general tank stuff, just be careful of that stuff and you'll be fine. Alright then. Well, that's that. I didn't realize how fast he went down. And, really? Where the hell are you? I just want to show this area off, okay. So yeah, so Hugo operates much like a tank. Adam is your DPS. So Hugo is going to be generating tank stuff. Alright. So yeah. I'm trying to think what else. Bridget operates kind of like she does in the main game. Alright. Go ahead and just do some more stuff with Mithra. One thing that's kind of noticed though is because Mithra is the first blade that's been in the first game. Cold Snap didn't last long enough. Alright, so I probably should be going for the specials. I've been kind of spacing it off. So you might notice that her arts are actually the specials for the main game. It's interesting. Alright. Not going to last too much longer. Alright. Not done yet. What the? Okay, just ignore them. Alright then. So here we're at Swing Breeze Bow. If you try to head further, level 40 quad wings will block the way. Oh well, I mean, it's really nice to just walk along this way without having to worry about a gigantic gorilla that's playing the electric guitar.
Ah, my favorite part.
That's all fine and dandy. Alright then. So next up, take a quick fall. No thank you, I don't want to play. Next thing though, how this game kind of works, is that if you get aggroed if you're climbing, you will never get any aggro. Something that's very important though. So use this to your advantage if you get spotted and you don't want to do anything. So up ahead is our target. A gigantic burn mark that's, well, buzz off. Tell me, you finally found the uninhabited Titan? That's right, made it there without a scratch. The map, the bard song, the elder's legend, it was all true. Bah, I wish you could have had some of that fun after you bonded with me. No fair. Of course, back then, I had no idea that I'd be the driver of an Aegis someday. Not a clue. And I also had no idea I'd end up with a blade who was so hungry for experience. I mean, I prefer it when you have something interesting to say. I choose to take that as a compliment. Well, sure. It was hardly boring discovering that legendary uninhabited Titan. The natives gave us a fine chase. Natives? I thought you said it was uninhabited. Well, to be precise, we didn't meet any humans there. Just some monsters of the Arachno, Antol, and Skeeter variety. Cool. And they were pretty huge specimens, too. We must have looked like an extra tempting appetizer to them. There we were really quite a lot of them. We were lucky to get off the Titan in one piece. Ah, a fine recompense for an adventurous heart. If your plans to build a holiday villa there came to nothing, it's more than a little tragic. Well, I mean, that wasn't the primary aim. Perhaps I didn't get a material reward, but I certainly got a spiritual reward. Things didn't work out quite so for my playmates, though. How so? It was kind of a paradise for insects, but I heard later that it was laid to waste by someone or other. The way of humans are often cruel. What's done is done. It was a time of war, and they had to find a place for some refugees. But the monsters couldn't have grasped that. They probably just saw arrogant humans wrecking their home. Ah, the telling of it falls hard upon my ears. Your Majesty, forgive my intrusion. It appears to be the location mentioned in the report. Ah, so we're here already. The journey passed as the blinking of an eye, thanks to Adam's enchanting tales. If your servant's humble recounting was able to relieve some imperial tedium, truly the most blessed of men am I. Oh, I do wish you'd cut it out, Adam. I am not sure better, and you should know it. I wouldn't be so sure of that, Hugo, old friend. Now then, Mithra, as I really like to get your opinion on this as an Aegis. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this isn't Malice's handiwork. How did you come to that conclusion, Mithra? Malice's attacks would have melted the earth and turned it into glass. But whatever did this only scorched the grass. It can't have been such a high temperature. That's a very wise deduction. We're lucky to have you for an ally. I offer my apologies to you all for leading you to this disappointing conclusion. Nay, Aegeon. We could not have known without further investigation. With each possibility we discard, we move all closer to our goal. Everyone, look there. It's a big one. Indeed, we cannot let it run riot. Just think of the damage it could do if it got to Lasham Cove, or Settlement. Everyone, get to it. Alright, and we have the Despair Ropple. Ropples are annoying. So yeah, so this is a mini-boss. The Ropple can be a bit of an annoyance, especially if you don't have Laura in your party. Alright then, so it's broken. So we don't really have the ability to topple it yet. Well, it's very difficult, but don't worry about it. Alright, the Fin of Fear. Be sure to switch out. Alright then. Go for Ice too. Alright. He's good as done. Not a terribly hard boss. Just Curse Cuisine.
Your sword fighting is so boorish, Mithra. You remind me of a rabbit the way you swing that
A
sword
fire-spewing
around.
monster. And a good thing we had a Gian on hand. Perhaps it was bold of me to say, but I've dealt with worse. Well, it seems safe to assume this was the cause of the burn marks. I could never have dreamed that such a foul fiend could have lain in wait so close to Torgoth. Maybe it was driven out of its original home in a territorial dispute. I've heard that happens from time to time. Yeah, maybe. Or more likely, some human soul smashed its home up. We call them monsters, but to them, we're the monsters. Indeed, it must be thus. The day shall draw where man's exploitation of the Titans will bring us all to ruin. Perhaps the dawn is already upon us.
Interesting thing you've got there.
Malice enough.
It's all right. Indal's most sacred treasure, the Aegis. It is said to be the embodiment of the Architect's light, the divine revelations our founder Maldonare received.
Really? Then... that's what I will be called too. After all, I am born of divinity, not just some reflection.
You believe yourself so strong?
Don't you?
Your situation doesn't look good. Boltrick is not going to let it go. And you can't hide behind the Praetor forever.
That has nothing to do with you.
If that were true, you wouldn't be here. Here.
What is this place?
It's a very tasty secret, formerly known only to the Praetor and me. The essence of our Judician forebears, originally salvaged from the bottom of the Cloud Sea. Some of it may hail from the fabled land of Moritha.
Moritha?
Look. This here display is a diagram of what human cells are made of. And then this one here is a blade's.
Astonishingly alike.
Of course. After all, they are descended from humans too. That in and of itself isn't too shocking. But this...
It's the same, isn't it?
Just wait.
That's a core crystal.
Exactly. A blade's core crystal contains information not only pertaining to humans, It also records schematics describing all manner of animal tissues.
You're saying blades contain detailed information of all living creatures?
Not just that. Have a look at this undeveloped part. That is from a titan. It suggests that this particular piece may one day develop into a titan. Isn't it mind-boggling? A message from the architect, no doubt.
From the architect?
Indeed. This is just what you were after. I wish to investigate this and learn more of what the architect has in store for this world, and perhaps claim this knowledge for our own.
Including the Praetor?
Perhaps. Isn't this in line with your own goals? Well then, I may as well help out.
I believe that concludes my mission. Shall we head to the flagship? Fine by me. It's a good place for us to exchange information. It's currently moored at Lasham Cove. Into Lasham Cove we go. Alright then. Power unimaginable. Turned out to be a pretty simple boss, all things considered.
Next time you help yourselves.
Alright then. So you could try heading further in this general direction. And as soon as they'll spawn, level 30 enemies will be piling on in. Again, more beefgates, but more stuff to topple later on in the game. So yeah, fun. Next up, on our little escapade, we got some more wolves over there. Just going to avoid for now. Instead, our destination is going to be in this little bit of a pathway. Upon heading in further, you'll reach a little bit of a lovely place. Taos there, and inside the waters we have level 25 hand-ringing Bigelow. Yeah, not fun. Unique monsters, they can be a pain. Alright then. So just trailing behind this enemy, we just gotta make our way back into, well, the main area. Just trying to see if there's anything else that I want to try to discover. I don't think so. The base area. Oh, Noble Aspar. Alright, Aspars are annoying. And they like to use upgrade skin. Upgrade skin, well, oh yeah, that. And then also induces a launch art. Alright. That Aspar out of the way. The Aspars, they can be a pain in the Aspar. Alright, next little wave. And a drop. Thankfully, there's a Cloud Sea to pick you up. So you guys heading into this little area. Just trying to do a lot of exploration. Gormott's kind of stagnated. Here at Lasham Peninsula, if you fall, this area will pick you up. But heading a little bit further, oh yeah, we don't have a Haze in our party. That might help. Alright then. So there's some scorpions in our party. I guess let's go on ahead and just finish up this little area. If it'll let me. Alright then.
Where shall we
And with
head
that,
to next?
how much time are we at? 25 minutes.
Right. So it was the Cian forces that ravaged this area.
Yes. Many troops remained here with no orders after Malos sank their homeland. We're doing our best to disarm them, but... well, you've seen the village. Sadly, it's happened more than once.
The powers that be bicker among themselves, ignoring the larger danger.
And right now, that is the one thing we cannot afford.
I will go take a look.
Incidentally, how has Torna been faring?
I'd like to tell you that the people bask in the peace of His Majesty's rule. But I'm afraid that would be a lie.
Same as everywhere else then, yes?
Torna has not escaped Malos's rampage unscathed.
If that is so, allow me to offer you the Imperial Army's assistance in this time of...
Don't worry about it. This is exactly the reason why Indol entrusted her to me.
Ah, so you came. The future king of Torna. I'm glad I thought to send a messenger.
King, don't joke about it. Rumors like that could cause trouble at home.
I am merely a quester. I hold no such influence.
I quested today, but tomorrow?
The core's color is different. And she's a woman, too. Quite lovely indeed. Malos was all brawn and brutish strength.
You worried?
No, quite the contrary. Everybody knows a blade's appearance bears no relation to their power. You could be the heroine of our resistance.
No, I won't be anyone's anything.
That's fine now. I have only one thing to ask of you. To rectify the mistake I made and erase Malos from the face of the world.
So that's why the returning hero, pacifier of the Borderlands, was really just...
Never before has a blade broken free and rampaged like this. I can see why Indol would prefer to keep it quiet. They're even routing support to the militia through Argentum for deniability.
And then towards you.
I'm just some princeling. Me.
Surely, if you defeat Malos, your cover will be blown.
If indeed. But we're not in it for the glory, are we? When we're done, I'll just plow my fields in peace.
Your Majesty, some of our troops have returned to base, but
Is something wrong?
they're all reporting something strange. A marauding group of routed mercenaries, trying to avoid any attention.
Just remnants, That is strange. There's not much around here for them, in the way of paid work or opportunities for looting.
As your Majesty commanded, our men did not engage. We confirmed their bearing, then withdrew.
And? Where were they going?
The village outskirts.
But why there? There's nothing but graveyards.
What the?
Oh no.
At first, I thought to take it. But I'd made it for her, and I'd like her to keep it forever.
So, the bitch is dead, is she? Shame. I had a soft spot for her. Ha! Guess you learned how to use a weapon at least. Big change from a tiny kid trying not to piss herself in fear.
You're No! God.
You remember me? How touching.
A face that ugly, I couldn't forget. Trust me, I tried.
Harsh.
What do you want? Not that I can't imagine.
I'm here to take back what's mine, kid. But before that, I'll take a bit of time to express my gratitude to you. It ain't gonna be pretty or quick. Then I'll make that blade watch as I cut you into little sticky chunks, just to make sure the last thing he feels is complete despair.
I'll hold them up. You get to the others quickly.
No use. Hayes, he knew about you. He brought no blades, just more mercs.
Exactly. Don't worry. I'm gonna treat you real good before I get to the cutting.
Alright. So, you're now the boss battle against Gort and a lot of mercs. This battle is actually very difficult. So Gort's going to be all alone. Use your healing and your other stuff too. One thing I'd recommend doing, taking out the ads first. And use stutter steps when you can. This battle is very difficult. Just take out the ads first. Not only that, you'll get some additional experience. And yeah. Alright then. Alright, first guy's gone. So yeah, use your break arts to get some HP potions. Just to make things up a bit better. Alright, enrage, not so great. Alright, warpath. Alright, I'll stay positive. Alright, got the break in. More importantly, the HP potion. Alright, second guy's gone. Alright, so he's just down to Gort. Once Gort's all alone, not terrible. He doesn't hit too hard. And yeah. Alright. Get some more damage in real quick. Alright. So yeah, this battle's not terribly hard. Once you get the ads on, things are a bit more controllable. Especially since you're all alone. Alright then. So dagger roll. Again, just trying to go for the fancy stuff. Alright then. Continuing on further. Alright then. Hayes finished things out.
Think you can run? Girly. You're starting to piss me off. Oi! Surround them so they don't get away!
My lady, you have to go.
It's all right. He's here.
You bastard! No! Ah! Ah! Had enough. What's next then? Right leg? Or the left? Or how about...
Enough! That's enough, Jin. Just leave him. For my sake.
So you let him go? Even without his arms, he may cause you more trouble one day.
I didn't want to end it here. He might deserve it, but he did take care of my mother, so... Let's go back. I suppose I can bring myself to step foot on this flagship after all.
Ah! My arms! My arms! Bastards! I'm gonna kill them! Every last one of them! Ah! Huh? The hell are you? Ah! Stop it!
Alright then. Well, with that little bit out of the way, with that, well, we made more progress this episode. Well, we arrived a bit further. We explored a bit more of Gormott and went through a couple bosses. And next time in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, we'll finish up the rest that we have to do here in Gormott, including some side quests. I will see you guys then.